How's it going, everybody? My name is Sai, and today we're checking out Prilly T's album, Dear Rudiff. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Prilly T is Justin Bonnet's, who is also Hungry Lights and the lead singer of Tala. So, needless to say, we got a little bit of history on this channel. He's been on my stream a time or two. I've been in his stream many times. Huge fan of Justin Bonnet's, but this is something completely different. This is a hip-hop album. Now, I listen to hip-hop on my off time quite a bit, though the only hip-hop or rap music that I've had on this channel, it didn't fare so well. So we're gonna see if this can kind of redeem the genre as far as the channel goes. And yeah, I don't really know a whole lot more about this except for that I listened to Hallowed, and I kind of intentionally blocked out a lot of the lyrics in my head, though I did notice that Homeboy got arrested at the end, so we'll see how that turns out. I kind of want to know what crazy storytelling we'll get here, so without further ado, let's check it out. Okay, so we got the Minecraft theme song with a little bit of bit crush. Let's go.
Dear Rudiff, I'm writing cause I think I got a whole lot of nothing in my mind. Telling me lies all the time, man. I'm closer to believing them. So
ooh, those ambient whispers. He's already getting some twisted mixing fuckery. Alright, let's go. This is like, okay, we got like a stance situation here. Okay. Okay, folding it up. I'm gonna send it off now. I'm liking how low-key the beat is so far. That kind of bit crush thing never really got too obnoxious. It's very quiet and subdued in that mix. Oh, a little grit here. Alright. Gnarly fucking depression distortion on his voice. Like he's not fully screaming, but it's got that kind of distortion. It's conveying he's getting pissed. Okay. Interesting start, very subdued. Though we know this is a hip-hop album, so it's probably not gonna get like fucking crazy or metal or anything, but okay, yeah, some of those synthetic strings. A dark, moody kind of beat.
Dear Rudiff, I'm a clown in town, not turning people's heads on the prowl. Keeping loose, got my hands all in my pockets, my gesture for truce. And I'd hurt myself, desert myself, give birth to the extrovert.
Ooh, extrovert. Okay, there's the singing. It would have taken me off guard, but I did hear, I did kind of hear it on Hallowed. So.
You're the one who told me to embrace this. I'll be honest, I'm feeling alone. Like I'm starting to mind if I'm taking your time away. Just let me know and I'll cut with the bullshit.
Well, the beats have a lot of really cool subtle shit going on, you know? Like, I don't even know how to describe that sound. It's like, almost like a toy winding up a little bit. Very subtle choir elements there. I feel like we're already in another Madness Spiral kind of record, but which seems to be his forte, but I don't know, this guy seems a little bit loony from the start. A little Matriphagy-like, you know? I guess all of his characters are kind of flawed from the start, though. Damn. That's fucking dark. Ooh. Those like dark growls on the left channel. That's some spooky shit. Okay, so that got pretty intense toward the end there. It's kind of interesting how he's kind of bringing his like growling, screaming elements in here, but he's keeping him restrained. He's really just putting him in the rap beats. You know, he's just adding a little distortion here or there. It's a really good showcase for his control, because, you know, he talks a lot about like he's in really good control of his voice and all that. You know, sometimes it helps to see examples. This is a great example here. You know, A less controlled person would be outright belting, and yet he's able to subdue it and keep it in the rap flow while still using that distortion. That's impressive to me, at least. I don't know. This is a bouncy ass fucking beat.
I said I'm not going back. What, you think I make that up? Yeah. Nigga, fuck you. I got real problems. You're my biggest one right now. You in this nasty elevator. Shit, all these doctors, bro, they be on the same boat. They helping us to help.
He's seeing his shrink. Like, he's set up to be kind of like a hood rat, but he's seeing a shrink. That's atypical. Or just like a doctor for like
got more important shit to do. I don't know, like shit.
It is a shrink. He's talking to her now. Good job, man. There's some of that Jamaican flair. Those who have not listened to his other projects, he does a lot of Jamaican stuff because he is half Jamaican, so he uses that kind of accent a lot in his material. That accent and influence.
He strangled her and sawed her head off with a butter knife. Me, I watched it like a fucking IMAX. Nobody has the bond that we have, nigga. We brothers for life. Ice cold and told.
Oh. Every time he tells that story, it gets a little bit more fucked up.
Hey, guess who's getting fucked up tonight? Bitch.
So she's giving him meds for his, like, different sicknesses, and he's just using them to get lit.
Awesome. I feel like I'm seeing the whole world in a bunch of different colors.
Colors.
It's so regret every time I see this water reflection. Look up here, I guess I misplaced the directions to my soul.
I like how the beats are just super fucking minimalistic. Like, you would think, oh, it's because he doesn't know how to make beats or something like that. No. He's shown production chops before. It's a really cool stripped down sound. It feels like it was made in Prilly T's basement, almost. I almost said Prill, and I just realized for the first time, Prilly T, Prill. Fucking stupid, but... Jesus, heck, how do you do that fucking high-pitched fucking dog whistle shit, man? I do not understand. I used to do that shit when I was like 10. Pissed off my mom, you know?
Is it just me or are people not that friendly anymore? And it's hard to get close now.
I think I might know the problem, bro. I'm just saying. Loving these reggae refrains, though.
Its fingers disappear just like that.
Jesus Christ, this guy's super fucked up. I love this chorus, man. So good. Interesting kind of wailer voice in the background there. Right? Well, xylophone action, okay. Ooh.
I gotta turn this clip track down. Feels like I'm a thrower. Hey bro, what's the hold up? Waiting on your approval.
Kinda switches up accents and flows quite a bit here. That he almost had a fucking Nicki Minaj Roman sound there. I'm sure he'd be none too pleased to hear, but you know, just gotta throw that out there. That sounded a little bit. Hold up.
Slice open my motherfucking stomach. It hurts to feel it merge in the nigga. I fucking hate this world.
So, when I listened to Hallowed, people warned me about him dropping the N-bomb, and it was like, oh yeah, just a reminder, he's mixed. But he like dropped it like once or twice in that song. So I was like, what are you guys tripping about? I understand why you're tripping now. He's using it like it's going out of fashion here, but like I said, he's mixed. I'm not gonna repeat it, so.
Because I stabbed her in the throat with the ballpoint pen. Shit, I need to take my pills again.
So he's like using the pills to like not be violent. He just flushed them boys. Okay, that's not good. Flushing his pills ain't good. So the weird thing is, like, you would think if he's actually done all the horrible shit he's saying he's done, he'd be like committed or arrested or something like that, but Oh, he's just going through it and puking it all. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, no, so, like, I feel like he might be making some of this shit up, because it's a little fantastical. You know, he choked a hooker out with a barbed wire and then fucked the corpse. I mean, that's super, super, super absurdly fucked up, you know? Hey. Hey. I know this. I know this. This is in Hungry Lights. Yes. Definitely album 3. Huh. Well, the guy is like my fucking favorite beat off that album, so don't have the like sick drum part though, so kept that really killer fucking synth that rolls in and out though. Whole structure's the same. Interesting. I don't know why I get giddy hearing this with us. Oh, there it is. It's just a lyric shift. Fucking cool. It's really cool. I believe this would be an earlier version of it, because I want to say Three Gods came after this.
It'd be nice to finally hear a friendly voice just like my own. Maybe I'm just lonely. True. Innocence splintered and then blew away. I was dreaming better days, but it seems even you didn't have my innocence splintered and then blew away.
Starting to play with his voice a little bit in the production. That was a really cool, almost Easter egg moment for me. I mean, obviously this is probably inspired and became second best, but it's one of my favorite tracks off of Three Gods, so it was cool to see that beat pop up here. That was fun. And the little refrain moment with like the neighbors screaming at him. And this too. This is in Hungry Lights too as well. Okay. Sweet.
Right, man, things have never been the same since we last spoke. I have been struggling. I kept it on my kitchen floor.
Okay, so
just had to soak it all.
The Stan situation with Stan actually got written back.
I wasn't sure of myself. We haven't spoken in 10 years and 16 days, man. I've been counting.
10 years and 16 days. Oh shit. Okay. This auto-tuned chorus. Okay. That was fun.
Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I was expecting more from you, Rudiff.
I love the piano work in these beats, dude. I really like that these beats aren't necessarily hip-hop beats. They're just kind of playing with different electronic elements and stripped down drum patterns. They don't like necessarily exhibit any characteristics of hip-hop on a foundational level, except for like the occasional songs to get like the record scratches and stuff like that.
This'll be the last time that I write you. I won't be around, so that shit just get returned to you. Anyway, thanks for finally getting back, true.
Yeah. Not happy with the answer he got, is he? As a whole, on like a musical level, this is definitely storytelling first, characteristic of early Hungry Lights for sure. I can't say there's a lot of like catchiness here. Like, I'm not sure I'd like throw any of this on like the playlist or anything like that, but it's definitely not boring for sure. Like, there's some parts of Hungry Lights in those early albums that sagged a little bit, and like maybe even Voodoo Raw too, kind of maybe just kind of go, you know. But that certainly hasn't happened here. I'm very enthralled with the story. The story is moving at a very fast pace. A lot's going on. He's like interacting with all the people on the street and stuff like that.
Prilly? Hey, Barbara. Is it raining outside? I know I don't
Oh, this is therapist. Okay.
Can you listen? Pretty much told me to go get lost. I'm sorry, how do you feel? It's like a fire inside of me. Shh.
And this lounge jazz, this twisted fucking lounge jazz, okay?
But I've seen the other side.
Skip it a bit, bop, bop, bop. Oh, jeez, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
It's got me feeling I don't get it, and that's too bad. Oh, I'm suffering, and you're to blame.
Oh, you're to blame. Ooh.
Okay, you need to calm down. Have you been taking your medication?
I stopped taking my medication.
Oh.
When?
I don't know, 2 weeks ago. So it just kind of like double fucks me, you know?
Prilly.
Barbara, I don't want to be double fucked. Oh, this found just got
It
the
feels
most
very scary right now. I don't think Barbara's gonna make it.
Shit that's around. So what is that box on the table?
It's nothing. Tell me more about this ground.
Oh, well, hold on. These are my letters.
Uh-oh.
Hey, these are my letters to Rudiff.
Uh-oh.
There's a perfectly logical.
Oh, I don't think there is.
You got 10 seconds to explain yourself.
Yeah, no shit.
Don't look at the door. Why do you have these?
Why do you have the letters?
Why the fuck do you have these?
Are you Rudiff?
Answer me, you fucking whore! You're lying! You're a fucking liar! Oh, don't even try it, you're dead, bitch!
Oh, God.
Who's that now, bitch? Read my tails now! I dare you! It's your next Rudiff!
Holy fucking shit. I'm gonna have to put a warning in front of this fucking album. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. Damn. I mean, damn.
Bitch, I guess I changed my mind. It be anticlimactic to drop this on a good line. What you said to
But
me.
he killed her though. Rudiff.
Your words pricked like a
Rudiff's not gonna get.
I might suck out that venom just to use it for spite. I wanna push weights on your legs and bust your kneecaps out. Shove needles in your pupils and drag around the iris.
Okay. It's crazy how many different voices he can pull off, man. Even in an album like this, he is just all over the place.
My meds for 3 fucking weeks. Man, this feels great. For the first time in a while, I can finally fucking think.
That rising intense fucking synth in the left channel. That's some good shit. Really stands out and really just builds some tension, you know? As if you could get any more tension than stapling someone's eyes shut, but hey.
While I throw you in the gutter, bitch. Forgive and forget and never regret. And his iron sharpens iron, so man sharpens man.
What did he do? He's being saved? What? I am so lost.
Because of you, man.
We know he's killed his therapist. Is he writing a letter to Rudiff then offing himself? I don't... Oh. Again with that bit crush synth. Oppressive as fuck, dude. Jesus fucking Christ, man. This is some dark shit. This is Hallowed. Now I'm gonna actually listen a little bit closer now to see how this ball plays out, but obviously I know it ends with him getting arrested, but...
I brought you a mirror, but I got some shit that I'm gonna use, so... Shut up.
Just blew his legs off, okay. Okay, so Rudiff does exist. Interesting. Old school fucking like Dr. Dre fucking synth right there. Love his wordplay here. It's very, very blunt like his other lyrics, but it's uses a lot of big words and fits them in the mix really well. And back with those kind of reggae refrains.
That's bullshit. We both know you can't, nigga. Fuck you. Throw that in your system of files. Strike me down if that's what changes, y'all. I'll be your mirror. I'll flex it back at you. Rest in peace, man. In my heart, there's no violence.
Ooh. Oh wait, I think that was the sound of him killing him. I think he killed him. Okay. The shotgun blasts are kind of awful, but now he's gonna get arrested because he just let a gun off, probably in an apartment complex or something. Yeah, okay. Seems about right for that ending. So that was Prilly T's Dear Rudiff, and that was pretty interesting. Can't say it'd be something I'd listen to a whole bunch on my off time. I mean, there were some pretty cool runs in there, some really cool production choices, but ultimately this is I kind of feel like this is like a movie for me, you know what I mean? This is like one of those things where like you go into the theater, you experience it, I experienced it. You kind of leave it at that though, unless it's like a super good movie that you watch all the time, of course. Yeah, I get that feeling from it. It was more of an experience than a like repeatable album full of music. This is made clear by like some of my favorite parts of the album were parts that were in other albums, like Hungry Lights. We had nods to Umber Tower. We had nods to Second Best, which are two Hungry Lights songs. There might be more that I'm not thinking of in the production, because now that those two songs kind of back to back that nodded to it really kind of just like made me like widen my eyes and listen harder. So maybe there's more nods that I'm not really hearing. Who knows? I was wrong. I said earlier in the album that I thought that this came out before Three Gods. It did not. It came out afterwards. So the nods are definitely intentional. It's not just, oh, I used the production later for Hungry Lights or anything like that. So that being said, I like the stripped down production sound on it. The tracks don't necessarily sound overtly hip hop. They just sound like a collection of noises that really fits the ambiance of the moment. There are some like overtly hip hop beats, but they're very few and far between. I like his voice. Once again, Justin killing it on the vocals. This time he's doing something more of a subdued rap sound in the beginning. Kind of has a little bit more playing of an accent, a little bit more, Southern American kind of accent with most of it. Except for the singing bits where he brought in his reggaeton kind of voice, his Jamaican accent, which, he is half Jamaican, so it comes very naturally to him. So that's really cool. I feel like some of the darker moments were a bit over the top, and when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, the violence was so extreme that it made, it was like too extreme for me. Other than that, I think it's the way it was described was kind of like blunt, to the point where it wasn't even like, I feel like it wasn't like super artsy. Like Metriphagy managed to make an artful twist on somebody being, murdered and chopped up into little pieces, and that's probably just songwriting skills evolving over time, but I feel like here it was a little bit less interesting in that regard. I feel like here it was just more brutal. Like I found myself just kind of cringing more, and not necessarily being like, wow, that's really cool, or wow, that's really good. It was just more like, oof, yeah, no, that does suck. Yep, that sounds like it sucks. Oh dear, yeah, no, that's bad. So I wasn't super immensely over the top thrilled with the lyrics, though I do find the story they tell to be very interesting. This is, if you take it off face value, it's a very simple story of somebody who's writing notes to this guy, getting pissed off that he's not getting an answer back, and realizing that his notes are being intercepted by his shrink, who he then kills, then goes off to kill the guy he was writing notes to. There's a little bit of mystery in there, though. Why does his shrink have the notes? Why is she writing as Rudiff? Why did Rudiff tell him to fuck off? And why did he go off and kill Rudiff even after he found out that she was writing the notes? How does this all tie in? Is she telling the truth? Was it really Rudiff's fault? Was she just saying that to save her ass when she had a meltdown and realized that shit was going to hell? Did Rudiff put her up to it, you know what I mean? To try to keep this guy, this Prilly T, friendless and kind of locked away in his own things because he's seen some stuff that Rudiff has done that he doesn't want to like get out in the air or anything like that. because it seems like he's pretty open about talking to it to pretty much everybody. He talks to a random dude in the elevator. He talks to, I can't remember. There's another guy. I don't remember exactly where it was, but he did speak to him, and then he talked about regretting ever speaking to him afterwards. It's a very interesting kind of take where this vocalist thinks that he's best friends with this guy, and he's very clearly not. And it comes out in a very dark way at the very end. Apparently this is part 1. I don't think a part 2 is out, so I'm kind of curious to see where the story goes, because I'm pretty sure he just gets arrested. So yeah, it's very severe mental issues there, and it's left open, because for all you know, all this could be made up, you know? Like I said earlier in the album, it sounded a little fantastical. It sounded like, choked out with a barbed wire and did all this stuff that I'm not really gonna repeat. That's a little over the top. It's a little crazy, you know what I mean? I feel like he'd be in a bit more trouble than he is now if he did all this shit, you know? So part of me was like wondering, did he make half of it up and then finally snapped at the end when he started, you know, flushing his pills and all that shit? Who knows? But that's definitely an interesting angle. Another interesting parallel I find is really in Justin's songwriting overall. Okay, so you've got Prilly T. Prill obviously is the protagonist of Hungry Lights. The protagonist of Hungry Lights, Prill, he kind of goes through a bit of an up and down spiral where, like, he gets obsessed with things to the point that it drives him to do acts of madness, or maybe things that are just not necessarily the smartest thing to do in the world, like pursuing a sea monster in a fishing vessel, things like that. And then eventually it leads him to do things like killing a captor, getting kind of excited when his daughter gets kidnapped so he can play the hero, just fucking brutally murdering a whole crew of people because they were planning on fucking him over. You know, just really hardens him and turns him a little bit twisted in the head. Then you've got the main character of Matriphagy, Gungan, who, you know, he's put in a situation and kills his mother, but his mother's pulling like a mommy dearest shit on him, like he's a captive of her. So there's kind of like reasonings and motivations behind it. And then you've got Prilly T, who's his antagonist, not its crew or his captor or anything like that. His antagonist is Rudiff, and Barbara, his shrink. But all these characters kind of go down similar paths where it's like you have these people pushing on them, and these people are already not too fucking solid. They're already touched in the head a little bit. So all it takes is that little push, and they go fucking ballistic, and they end it all. I feel like with Dear Rudiff, it was a little bit more inevitable. I feel like there's always a bit of hope for Prill. It's easier to root for Prill. With Prilly T, there's not much to root for. The dude's a fucking psycho. Like, he's a fucking demented psychopath that even if he was on meds and doing well and all that shit, he's still fantasizing and or showing glee in somebody being like brutally murdered in front of him and stuff like that. He idolizes a man that he views as a murderer and a rapist, for goodness sake. So it's like, you know, he's not a really great character. It's not easy to root for him. Whereas Kungan, you know, he's kind of relatable in that, you know, he's a prisoner, and then Prill, you know, he's really out to just like conquer the world. You know, I'm gonna beat the gods of the gladiator arena. I'm gonna beat this sea titan. You know, that's a very interesting thing. It's kind of like a common theme through all of his writing, and I found that interesting. Hence the whole big ass diatribe I just gave you on it. That being said, yeah, very interested to see where this goes. I did find it great that this is a 50-minute album, and it definitely didn't feel like it. I feel like the story has enough twists in it. Like, it sounds a very simple story. Crazy guy stops taking his meds, murders his shrink, and finds out that his that he's basically Stan. Only Stan isn't going to kill himself. Stan's going to kill Eminem. And essentially does that. You know, he's very big fan of this guy that he thinks he's his friend. He's clearly not his friend, and he goes crazy and he kills him. But there's more to it, you know what I mean? It plays with different angles, like it teases that information in and out, gives you a little bit of clarity, then takes it away. It keeps you guessing the whole way through, and that kept it super interesting, and it made the runtime fucking breeze by. So yeah, that was Prilly T. That's my thoughts on that album. It was very, very fucking interesting shit. But you guys tell me the rest. What's your thoughts down below? Have you listened to this album? If you did, tell me what you think. Did you like it? Do you agree with what I said? Do you want to build more on it? Whatever, drop it down below. If you like that album, of course, support Justin. Buy his music. Yeah, he's known by Hungry Lights on Bandcamp. I think he also has this album up on Bandcamp as well. I'll leave links down below. So definitely support that. Also, he live streams at times too. I'm not sure if he's going to still be doing that because YouTube's been a little bit of a bitch. But if he does, be sure to check those out. He sings on his live streams. They're really cool. Speaking of live streams, I hold my own every Friday over on twitch.tv/signapple, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Basically, that is where, if you see all these song reviews that I'm doing here, that's where they come from. People come in and bring those songs, I listen to them, and then I upload my favorite ones onto the YouTube channel. And these album reviews are the only thing I record offline, so that is a cool thing you want to do if you want to come and interact with me, interact with the community, etc. You can also join the Discord down below or follow me on Twitter, where you can get a better up-to-date on when things are coming out, and occasionally I'll post like some behind-the-scenes info or funnies. Outside of that, that's going to be all for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Peace.